Hello and welcome to another ACHEMA Highlight Webcast, the format where we introduce some of the trends that shape and change the process industries to you and make you curious and raise your awareness about what to look out for at ACHEMA and what to explore there in the Congress, in the exhibition. Now, of course, there are certainly some mega trends that are currently shaping the face of the chemical industry. But what if we're not talking about only one mega trend, but two or more of them converging? For example, certainly one of the biggest challenges for the chemical industry today is to become more sustainable and to decrease CO2 emissions or avoid them completely. What now if one of the other mega trends, in this case artificial intelligence, could help to do this? That is what I would like to discuss today with my guest, and I'm really happy to welcome Fabien Mangeant. He's the R&D Digital Program Director at Air Liquide. He has worked on digitalization, modeling, virtual design in various industries throughout his career, and today he is responsible for integrating the algorithms over all innovation campuses of Air Liquide globally. So welcome, Fabien Mangeant.
Hello, very happy to be with you.
Fabien, how can artificial intelligence support the process industry's energy transition?
Well, first, so thank you for the presentation. So I joined Air Liquide 2 years ago, and I would like to highlight the fact that we are totally committed to this topic in Air Liquide, as it is first part of our strategic topics. So we are developing a lot of industrial activities to support energy transition, of course, to decarbonize our own activities and to decarbonize the activities of our customers, may they come from industry or in the mobility sector. And so we've set up a lot of areas in which we are really dedicating resources and strategies and actions between AI and data. I will mention three of them, which are really at the core of our strategy. Of course, energy and energy management, which is at the core of our chemical processes. Then our operations through a supply chain and transport. And the last one, as we are using a lot of digital assets, is also to make sure that our IT infrastructure itself is also green as much as it can, and that it will bring value in the whole equation. So these are the three main areas in which we are going to work. And so I will give you examples in a few minutes.
That sounds pretty straightforward, but I expect there are a lot of things to consider. So what are the main technical hurdles on this roadmap?
Yeah, so maybe first, yes, to come, we have classical hurdles which are related to change management, to new technologies. But first, I would like to say that in this new world, we also have to set up the right strategy. If I come back to what we wanted to do around energy management, what we have to do is really to make the link between the plants, which are working on real-time basis with the type of software, and then the way we are going to operate them. So Air Liquide already put in place a lot of operational control centers a few years ago that we call SIO centers, Smart Innovative Operation Centers. We have 7 of them. They are already able to monitor and partly control and adapt the production planning of 210 plants all over the world. And these control centers, these SIO centers, they are equipped with a lot of data capabilities, data analytic capabilities, AI capabilities. So the people are, let's say, augmented by data and AI to better feed the plants with, let's say, the best energy consuming way all over the process. So we have different examples. I will cite 2 of them. We have just acquired 3 years ago part of the hydrogen production in Sasol, from Sasol in South Africa. So a very big plant in South Africa. And for them, we intend really to reduce CO2 footprint by using this kind of capability, which was not in place. So really digital is helping us there. And to reduce the carbon footprint by a factor of 30%, 40%. So that's a big example. Because we are able to be, let's say, more clever in the way we plan and produce. And for that we use data and AI. Second example, which is related to the new ecosystem around hydrogen in Normandy, so in the west of France. Normandy, we are going to implement and to operate a 200 megawatt electrolyzer in the near future. And this electrolyzer will be, let's say, alimented by renewable energy coming from all over the industrial basin. And for that, so we will have to adapt our production planning and production operations to integrate renewable energy in a new type of asset like electrolyzers, being able to, of course, deliver the molecules to our customers and to maintain the minimum carbon footprint. So this is a lot of innovation, and the innovation is really supported by data and AI in this case to adjust, let's say, performance, maintenance, degradation, and sustainability. That's the big challenge. So I think one of the big examples that we have around energy management. The second one is clearly around, let's say, more classical, but already, let's say, revamped and renewed through data and AI. It's operation, so supply chain. Of course, as soon as we have our oxygen, hydrogen, we want to deliver it to our customers. And for that, we are driving a lot of trucks. So our trucks drive a lot. So it's like 590 million kilometers per year. It's like 4 times Earth Moon by day. So it's a lot. And of course, as soon as we are able to reduce it by a factor of a few percent, it's of course a cost-effective benefit, but it's also, of course, a sustainability benefit due to the non-consumption of fuel. And for that, what we try to do is to adjust a lot of sort of a complex connectivity chain between forecast, the customer demand forecast, then the good understanding of the level of the bulks and the cylinders of our customers, connect also the truck that will deliver, and adjust the routing so that the inventory on our side and the customer side is well adjusted. So our customers are not dried, and we're able to deliver and produce when it makes sense, also from a sustainability point of view. So we try to minimize the number of kilometers, and we are able, again, thanks to data and AI, all the data we collect all along this value chain, to be much more efficient around that. So this is it. And the last topic I wanted to say, and you will see part of the hurdles and challenges, is also our IT infrastructure, because to do so, we add a new digital system in the loop. So connected devices, cloud applications, SIO centers, as I mentioned. And for that, of course, we are also very concerned by the fact to work with as much as we can green IT, meaning that we are trying to put a lot of application in the cloud, and the cloud providers are themselves very much committed to the fact that they will follow a neutral path in the near future. And on our side, we are also trying to have the best durability also of our digital assets to avoid to renew them too early. So we have the 3 applications in which we can see part of the hurdles. Coming back to your question, hurdles are, of course, in front of us in terms of technology. The first one is having access to data. I have the chance, and one of the chance to live in a more than 120 years company. So it was a lot of legacy systems. So it's just to give you a rough order of magnitude. We have something like 3,000 digital systems all around the world with different applications, different ways of working, and so on. So first we have to get access to the data. So that's the first basic technical challenge. Then, of course, we have to be able to develop and deploy those algorithms linked to our internal customers, end users. And that's a challenge to make sure that our data scientists are able to understand, reformulate business constraints. And there's then a lot of change management to do on the business side, because they will operate new systems. This is not a classical IT system. Things may change because data may change, context may change, and they will have to understand what it brings them in terms of value, but what will be also the limitations. And this leads to one of the big hurdle that we have, it's around adoption and trust, which is very important for us. I used to say that, and no offense, of course, to other colleagues, but we are not deploying the recommender system of Netflix. When we deploy an AI system around the production planning, we must take it as grant, so it must be safe, verified, qualified, because then we will take decision either for healthcare systems, because we have to deliver oxygen and we don't want our patients not to have oxygen, or we are also delivering molecules to big chemical plants or refineries. So these customers also cannot be in a bad situation. So we have very high constraints in this respect. And of course, trust, adoption is key. So it's not exactly like in the digital world where you can push everything easily. We have a big challenge behind that.
I can imagine. I mean, you have to tap almost, I think, probably literally into every process you have. You have to include large parts of the workforce. How do you manage the process of building those networks and the new culture that's also necessary, and that on a global scale?
Yes, you are totally right. This is key for us. So we have different programs. I will say the most notable one is one that we call AI readiness, in which we, so first, the best thing is to be able to demonstrate business value. This is basic, but this is key in terms of adoption and risk adverse, let's say, postures that people may have. So we do it by doing a lot of data and AI projects, we'd say, with core digital teams, which are there in the digital organizations or R&D organizations. So they are here, let's say, to really launch new type of applications that demonstrate the value. And then we have to develop a network of people and people who are in operations and who will be really the change makers. They will not only be ambassadors, they will be the change makers in their operations. And to do so, Air Liquide has launched a big corporate program called AI Readiness, as I mentioned, in which the ambition is really to drive the change with these people. So we will educate and train 300 people by 2027. These people will be in operations. They will be supported by people from more technical teams, and they will manage their own portfolio of business cases. And to accompany these people, we also develop the technologies that will be useful for them. They develop their business cases. And this will be, let's say, really the first articulation to develop and change the culture. And what we have experienced, and I think this is what I also experienced in other companies before Air Liquide, it's not only these people who need to be educated, but also their managers, their local ecosystem, their way of working. And this will also take time. And this is also something that we try to address through this program and through different initiatives. Because, of course, having access to these new capabilities is a very good opportunity to revisit business processes, to revisit the way people interact, because data and digital, they are here. It's not only a sequential business process. It's something that is accessible 24 hours, 7 days a week. So you can really adjust the way you decide and you make decision making in other ways. And this is something that we are experiencing. We have a lot of communities and a lot of awareness sessions. We have a lot of events, also data and AI summit internally that is here to change the culture.
Very, very impressive. I think it's a giant task you're taking on there, but in a very systematic way. And I'm sure our audience already is thinking about what you told them and having questions. And I'm looking forward that we can discuss those questions in more detail at ACHEMA. It was great to have you here today, and we're looking forward to seeing you there and diving a lot deeper into all these challenges and solutions. Thank you very much, Fabien Mangeant.
Thank you very much. I'm very happy to see you in June.
And if you want to learn more about the challenges, but also about the options offered by artificial intelligence in the process industries, mark your calendar now for Wednesday, June 12th, where we have the highlight session with Fabien Mangeant and other experts on the digitalization of the process industry. Of course, The topic will be on stage, in the Congress, in the exhibition, throughout the ACHEMA week, especially on the Siemens Digital Process Innovation stage. So make sure to check the program now. It's online already. Get your ticket and see you at ACHEMA 2024.